Bon voilà, aujourd'hui est un jour important dans l'histoire de la chaîne puisque pour la première fois, un tabs va être raconté par le sujet lui-même, à savoir Jeff Goldblum. Jamais j'aurais pu imaginer ça quand j'ai posté le tout premier tabs il y a quelques années, surtout avec un acteur que j'ai admiré enfant avec La Mouche, Jurassic Park ou encore Independence Day. Alors entre ce que je savais et ce que j'ignorais...
Voici plusieurs clics. Droit sur moi.
Jeffrey Lynn Goldblum naît le 22 octobre 1952 à Pittsburgh, en Pennsylvanie. Après avoir rêvé de devenir acteur, son père devient finalement docteur, tandis que sa mère s'occupe des 4 enfants à la maison. Et à la maison, justement, ça semble être le bonheur. L'enfance de Jeff Goldblum fut heureuse.
Oh, I remember it being joyful, pleasant. I had my dad was a doctor, and you know, the seasons are nice in Pennsylvania. Our house, we were in the suburbs, and so it wasn't really in Pittsburgh, the city, Pittsburgh, it was, you know, the suburbs. And so I'd go tramping in the woods and climbing trees. It was very pleasant. There was an athletic field near us where me and my best friend, Bobby D, would go and catch. I was athletic a little bit, and I liked to play basketball on the street. And so the fall was very nice. Back to school, my mom would take me to Horn's department store or Gimbel's, and we would get my new clothes. I was kind of into clothes then, I guess. You know, I had 2 older brothers and a younger sister, and I did well in school early on. In fact, my mom had flashcards and she taught me I had a leg up in reading.
Jeff Goldblum, enfant, est donc bon à l'école, bien éduqué, collectionneur de pièces rares, imaginatif et de plus en plus attiré par le cinéma, puisqu'aller voir des films est un rituel en famille.
What are the movies that marked you when you were a child?
That's a great question. Hey, do you have my phone? Do you have my phone? Watch this. I'll tell you, you know, I can remember a couple of them, but recently, thank you so much, Vicki Lang, ladies and gentlemen, for one reason or another, I've been making a list, and I'm not going to be able to,
cool.
You're going to get too bored, and I have it, I didn't know you were going to ask me that, but I have it right, I was looking at it right before this, and this says Pam, because there was a great movie theater near us, and every week or two, they'd send us there by ourselves, and for 25 cents or whatever it is, we'd see a couple of movies. And then I wrote down and that's all the movies. That's all the movies that I can remember now. And there are always a couple more that come to me. And then the whole family would go out and see a movie in a movie theater. And I have a list, a big list like that. So I won't.
What was your favorite movie when you were a kid?
Okay. Loved Absent-Minded Professor, with the Bellboy, Cinderfella, Disorderly Orderly, Visit to a Small Planet, Geisha Boy, Delicate Delinquent, Rockabye Baby, Nutty Professor were all right in my wheel. I love that.
À l'âge de 10 ans, Jeff Goldblum part en colo et là-bas s'inscrit à un atelier de théâtre. Pour lui, c'est alors la révélation. Enfin, là, je viens de vous dresser un portrait de l'enfant modèle, mais Jeff Goldblum ne l'a pas toujours été. À l'âge de 13 ans, il vole 5 $ dans le portefeuille de son père dans l'idée d'aller voir une fille de joie. Mais au moment de monter dans la chambre d'hôtel, il panique, prétexte qu'il a oublié quelque chose, ne revient pas et remet les 5 $ dans le portefeuille de son père. En parallèle de cette envie de devenir un homme, il possède également l'envie profonde de devenir acteur. Une envie qu'il cache à ses amis et à sa famille.
There is a beautiful story about the glass of your shower.
Yeah. This is around actually in the 60s, mid-60s, when I was 15 or something. By that time, I had fixated with ferocity, with a real passion on the idea of becoming an actor. I don't know why, but I needed this salvation of some kind, or I was hot to go on that, and but it was a secret. I was a little bit, you know, embarrassed, or you want to be a what? You think you're a what? A who? And but every morning that we had this shower, my hygiene was good, as it still is, and so I would shower every day before school, and the glass door would steam up, and I'd write, "Please God, let me be an actor."
Wonderful.
I would, but before I left, I would make sure it was all gone.
Et le déclic, il l'obtient grâce à son père, qui le place dans des dispositions morales très confortables.
When you were a child, your father told you something that seems obvious, but it's very important because few parents say it. he said to you, find something you love to do.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, he said, well, it struck me early on that, you know, I've got to find a way to make a living. And so it was around that time when this, maybe he'd said it before, but when this struck me and stuck with me, where he said, you know, in choosing your job, what you pursue, if you find something you love doing, that's might be a compass and a guide to that choice. So it was shortly after that, not long after that, that I got involved in this camp and acting, and it all kind of hit me like that. I want to be an actor. I've got to be an actor. I must be an actor.
Ce qui fait qu'à l'âge de 17 ans, Jeff Goldblum annonce à ses parents qu'il souhaite quitter sa Pennsylvanie natale afin de rejoindre New York dans l'idée de devenir acteur. Une envie évidemment validée par son père. Et la chance et le talent sont du côté de Jeff Goldblum puisque très vite, il trouve du boulot en tant qu'acteur. À seulement 19 ans, il joue dans une pièce à Broadway qui remportera un Tony Award, plus haute distinction pour le théâtre aux États-Unis.
I didn't have any straight jobs. I lucked into show business employment right away. That was my first job. We did Two Gentlemen of Verona, the Shakespeare play, but we did a rock musical that Galt McDermott had written the music to. He did Hair before that. It was a big hit. It won the Tony. We went to Broadway, and I went to Broadway with it.
Ses performances sont remarquées et attirent l'œil du réalisateur Robert Altman qui le convainc de quitter New York pour Los Angeles afin de travailler dans le cinéma. Et là-bas, encore une fois, il enchaîne direct en jouant dans son premier film, Death Wish, dans lequel il joue un voyou, lui l'enfant et l'adolescent modèle. Nous sommes en 1974 et les choses vont très vite. Il finit par jouer avec Robert Altman dans California Split et Nashville, et on peut même le voir en tant que second rôle dans des séries cultes, Starsky et Hutch ou encore Columbo. Sauf qu'après, il ne fait qu'enchaîner les figurations. Alors pour la toute première fois de sa vie, il se voit obligé de travailler à côté pour payer les factures. Un job qui n'a rien à voir avec le cinéma.
I read somewhere that you sold pencils in prison.
The job you're talking about happened when I first moved to California. Because
right.
then, in Los Angeles, there were a couple of months I wasn't getting jobs exactly at the same rate, and I think my money was running out. And so for the first time, I kind of I said, well, I got to make some money. I wasn't accepting anything from my parents anymore, and found a job selling over the phone stationery equipment, pens and pencils, to, yes, correctional institutes and maybe prisons and schools and different places on the East Coast. So we'd wake up early in the morning in Los Angeles. Okay, you read this thing. I have a government program collapsed near you, and we have a bunch of excess surplus pens and pencils. Do you use the red or the green or the blue in the magic marker? Or the I think we use the blue. Okay, can I mark you down for 2 gross of those? Etc., etc.
Hey, you're still good at this profession.
Well, I'm a salesman, but I wasn't that good at it.
Et c'est assez fou car dans Tabs, il y a littéralement toujours des passages dans lesquels je vous raconte à quel point les gens ont galéré avant de percer. Lui, non.
And that's the last straight job I ever had. The rest of the time before and since, I've made a living from whatever you call this, show business.
It's really rare in this show business.
It's very rare. Yeah. It's uncommon. Yeah. I've been lucky. I'm the luckiest fella on the planet Earth.
En 1977, il obtient un tout petit rôle dans l'oscarisé Annie Hall de Woody Allen avant de jouer dans un film, L'invasion des profanateurs, qui va être très important dans sa carrière. Très important puisque c'est dans ce film qu'il trouve son style. Pour ceux d'entre vous qui ont vu beaucoup de films avec Jeff Goldblum, vous avez remarqué qu'il a une façon bien à lui de parler, de bouger, de se mouvoir. Et ce qui est fou, c'est qu'à ce moment-là de sa vie, en 1978, il décide d'arrêter le cinéma afin de devenir prof d'acting. Durant 3 ans, aucun film, mais plein de cours donnés à des élèves, dont Jim Carrey, Ashley Judd ou encore le méchant dans Karate Kid, Martin Kove. Et en 1983, il fait son retour, encore sous la direction de Philip Kaufman dans le très bon The Right Stuff. La même année, il enchaîne avec un film marquant à l'époque, The Big Chill, qui lui permet de commencer à se faire une petite place à Hollywood. 2 ans plus tard, il est à l'affiche de Silverado de Lawrence Kasdan avant d'enchaîner sur un tournage qui va changer sa vie, La Mouche de David Cronenberg. Un des 4-5 plus grands remakes de l'histoire avec The Thing, Scarface ou encore Les Infiltrés. Sa performance bluffe tout le monde et ce qui est trop cool, c'est la façon dont il a appris de devenir une mouche.
You had a singular way to learn how a fly moves. and you kept a fly with you in a plastic bag. That's
Well,
right?
Yeah, that's true.
It's
That's true.
crazy.
You know, I mean, I'd worked on the part, worked on the lines, worked on many things, but I still didn't know, you know, how I might, when I more develop into a fly, the fly overtakes my system, how I would do that, you know, physically. So yes, a fly happened to be there, and I went, you know, what we really should do is, I got it, sorry, and put it up there and watched it, you know, put a hole in it and stuff. So it was alive still, but it was, you know, moving around and doing things, and I was like, oh, I see. Oh, maybe I can take some of that, you know.
So cool.
I was looking for anything that I could. Oh, Samantha.
So cool.
Et s'il y a bien un truc qui, moi, perso, m'a marqué et même traumatisé dans ce film quand j'étais petit, ce sont les deux singes. Singes assez agressifs avec qui il avait une relation particulière sur le tournage, j'étais obligé de lui en parler.
I learned something yesterday really impressive.
Really?
Apparently on the set of The Fly,
Having to do with me?
yeah, you were the alpha male with the baboons. Yeah, because your physical presence intimidated the baboons.
Well,
that's right?
I don't know about that. I don't know where you got your information. But that's, yes, I have such a magnetism.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to resist, yes, I know. So I got with the trainer, and the trainer taught me how to spend time with the baboon so that he feel, you know, I had to let him kind of pick my hair and see if there were any bugs in it, you know, and all that stuff. And we got palsy. No, I don't think I intimidated at all.
No, this information came from David Cronenberg himself.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's very nice. He's an extraordinary director and an extraordinary fellow. So, you know, but finally, he didn't rip my face off, that baboon, you know, which he could have done. Only later do I realize, you know, that was not the safest thing. That was risky if it had gone the other way. So he had to jump in my arms and things, and, you know, luckily we were pals for a moment, you know.
Dans certaines presses spécialisées, des critiques souhaitent voir Jeff Goldblum être nominé à l'Oscar du meilleur acteur, mais finalement, rien. 1986, une autre époque.
Your performance is really extraordinary in this movie.
Merci beaucoup.
And a few weeks ago, Everywhere, Everything, All at Once won an Oscar.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah?
love that movie.
2 years ago, Titan won the Palme d'Or at Cannes. Two kind of movies who could not have won before, all right? In the 80s, do you think you would have been nominated for an Oscar if The Fly had been released today? You know, because your performance is really great, and I guess that today it's more easy to give an Oscar to a performance like this in our era.
You know, the truth is I wasn't very focused on awards of one kind or another. Would have been lovely, but well, you know, even in those days, box office receipts and following the commercial fortunes of a movie, it wasn't so interesting. I was kind of a, you know, idealist, you know, who knows what my chances of being rewarded in some way then or now, I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy, I don't know.
Voilà, j'imagine qu'il y a désormais de la sagesse dans les propos de Jeff Goldblum, puisque dans une interview de l'époque, il avait clairement exprimé sa déception de ne pas avoir été nommé. Nous sommes en 1986, la mouche cartonne, on pourrait croire que sa carrière est lancée, mais les années qui vont suivre ne vont pas être comme il l'espérait. Puisque de 1987 à 1993, il va durant 6 ans jouer dans des films de bonne facture qui n'ont pas marqué le grand public, ou carrément dans des films ratés à la limite du direct to VHS. Pour le public, Jeff Goldblum devient un acteur prometteur n'ayant pas réussi à transformer l'essai. Arrive alors l'année 1993, celle qui va le faire basculer dans une autre dimension. Steven Spielberg lui passe un coup de fil, lui dit qu'il aime son travail et lui fait parvenir un livre de Michael Crichton intitulé Jurassic Park. Le problème, c'est que quelques semaines plus tard, Spielberg le fait venir dans son bureau et lui indique que son personnage va être finalement supprimé du scénario. Immense désillusion pour Jeff Goldblum qui se lance alors dans un plaidoyer afin de défendre sa cause et son personnage. Et le plus fou dans tout ça, c'est que ça marche. Spielberg change d'avis et intègre à nouveau son perso. Faut dire que Jeff Goldblum a quelque chose de particulier, un immense charisme et surtout un pouvoir de séduction qui fonctionne sur les gens. Et ça, cette envie de séduire, il l'a depuis tout petit, comme il me l'a confié avec cette anecdote qu'il n'a jamais racontée auparavant.
And I was a little bit frisky in kindergarten. I remember Karen Bodner was in class, and I said to this boy next to me, I remember this, I was what, 5 years old or 4 years old. I said, hey, do you see that girl over there? This may not be so allowed these days, I don't know. I said, I may get in trouble just for recalling this, but it wasn't anything particularly aggressive. But I said, hey, do you see that girl? I thought she was very cute. I can still remember her to this day. I said, I'll bet I can go over there and kiss her. Kiss her on the cheek. I wasn't going to kiss her on the, and he went, what? Because I don't think anybody else was thinking that in our kindergarten. I think that was kind of news to him. He was, and so I went over and I think I kissed her.
Jeff Goldblum se retrouve donc à l'affiche de Jurassic Park, immense succès qui l'installe définitivement comme un acteur qui compte. Sa performance dans le film marque les gens, en particulier cette fameuse scène chemise ouverte, chemise qu'il a lui-même décidé d'ouvrir à ce point alors que ce n'était pas prévu dans le script. Une bonne idée qui lui a valu plus tard d'avoir une immense statue à son effigie à Londres. En 1996, il enchaîne avec un autre blockbuster qui cartonne, Independence Day, avant de devenir la star principale de la suite de Jurassic Park, The Lost World. Jeff Goldblum est alors une immense star internationale.
Our first guest tonight starred in two of the most successful films of all time, Jurassic Park, which I believe was filmed in Denver, am I right? And Independence Day, his new film, The Lost World, does not open until May 23rd, but somehow has already made over $40 billion. Here he is, Captain Dinosaur, Jeff Goldblum.
Comme vous avez pu le remarquer dans cette vidéo, lorsqu'il arrive quelque chose de cool à Jeff Goldblum, s'ensuit toujours une période de creux. En 97, après The Lost World, on aurait pu le penser intouchable, et pourtant les vaches maigres sont de retour. De 1997 à 2004, il enchaîne les flops et ne parvient pas à surfer sur son statut de mégastar mondial. Et comme souvent, c'est un réalisateur de renom qui va le sauver, en la personne de Wes Anderson, qui lui offre un retour de hype en le faisant jouer dans son film La vie aquatique. Commence alors une collaboration fructueuse entre les deux, puisqu'ils tourneront encore ensemble par la suite avec Grand Budapest Hotel, L'île aux chiens où le prochain est très attendu Asteroid City dont les premières images viennent d'être dévoilées. Et en plus de ses collaborations avec Wes Anderson, Jeff Goldblum en profite pour renouer avec les blockbusters puisqu'il joue dans Thor Ragnarok en 2017 avant de renouer avec la franchise Jurassic Park en apparaissant dans 2 Jurassic World. Ce gars est increvable. Alors, depuis tout à l'heure je parle de ciné, mais l'autre passion de Jeff Goldblum, à mesure égale, c'est la musique. Enfant, il apprend le piano assidûment avant que son père ne le sensibilise à la musique avec des disques de Errol Garner.
Do you remember the very first record you bought with your own money?
My own money. Record. It might have been Aretha's Gold, Aretha Franklin's best, it's called Aretha's Gold, or a Stevie Wonder album.
À l'âge de 14 ans, Jeff Goldblum ouvre l'annuaire et appelle plusieurs nightclubs en forçant sa voix afin de passer pour un pianiste majeur. Il obtient donc des contrats qui lui permettent de perfectionner ses skills au piano. Ce qui m'a poussé à lui montrer une photo de lui à cette époque, photo qui l'a beaucoup ému.
You have a picture of me?
Yeah.
What are you, some kind of... what's this?
This one. And I would like to know, you know this one?
Ah, yeah. Young Jeff, look at that.
What does this picture inspire you?
How does it inspire me?
Yeah.
Well, you know...
Because you were in love with movies, but with music too.
I'm very movable today, aren't I? I'm getting choked up at every couple of minutes. You've seen me. I don't know what's wrong with me today, or what's right about me, but this is a sweet kid, you know. It's a sweet kid, young, what am I, 11 there? Or I don't think I've hit puberty yet.
Picture is beautiful.
You think so?
Yeah.
And I look fragile, vulnerable, and serious. Yeah, I was interested in music. Has saved my life and transformed. I'd be a different person if I hadn't found acting or music.
Et jusque-là, le piano n'est qu'une passion. Il ne souhaite pas professionnaliser la chose. Sauf qu'en 1994, un déclic se produit.
A few people know that in '94 you played with Aerosmith on stage. That's right.
Well,
wow.
Yeah, isn't that something? Steven Tyler, I had hosted Saturday Night Live, if you know it, the show that's in America, and Aerosmith, I'd hosted it twice. Aerosmith was the musical guest in one of those. When they were rehearsing, I was like, hey, you know, I play, and we played together in a rehearsal a little bit, and then I got a little palsy with them, and we went to Peter Luger's, a steakhouse, after the show, I think the night it ended. We had dinner together. So he was very nice to me. And then I went to one of their shows and just got this, got a special pass so I could stand on the stage and in the back, And then at one point in the show, he said, "Okay, Jeff," 60,000 people were in this arena. "Jeff, are you going to play with us or what?" I was like, "Here I come, here I come." And the piano player said, "Okay, C, G, F, E," and then go back to A minor. "Okay, okay." I was playing the song. How about that?
Galvanisé par cette expérience, Jeff Goldblum se montre de plus en plus jouant du piano. Et en fouillant, j'ai trouvé une anecdote croustillante que je lui ai évidemment partagée avec délectation.
Is it true that you play jazz with Robocop?
Well, Robocop is that movie, if anybody knows it. Robocop character himself was played by Peter Weller. Peter Weller, the great Peter Weller, and yeah, that's why after we did that movie, he's so nice, we started to be friends, and he would come over to my house, same house I have now. I've had it for 37 years, and he would bring his trumpet. He plays trumpet, and he likes jazz, and I said, I go through these fake books, I play all the standards, So we would do that for a couple hours, and he said, then he did a movie with somebody, and he came back with the idea, hey, we should go out and about and play out in front of people. But Peter Weller is the reason we started that group. How about that?
So cool.
So thanks to Peter Weller.
Voilà, Robocop et la mouche qui jouent de la musique ensemble quand ils se voient, c'est pas délicieusement tabsien ça. Suite à cette discussion musique, Jeff Goldblum m'a gentiment offert son dernier album qui vient de sortir, un album de jazz reprenant plusieurs classiques. Surtout qu'en plus de tout ça, ayant travaillé de 2010 à 2014 avec des groupes de musique comme Bon Iver ou Sonic Youth quand je faisais de la photo, je lui ai proposé de ressortir mon vieil appareil. Un shooting avec Jeff Goldblum s'est donc organisé très simplement. Voilà, autant vous dire que j'étais ravi. Et enfin pour terminer, figurez-vous que moi aussi j'avais un cadeau pour lui. Pour ceux qui me connaissent et qui me suivent depuis pas mal de temps, vous savez que je collectionne pas mal de choses liées au ciné, ce qui m'a permis de lui faire une petite surprise.
I have a present, I have a gift for you.
I can't accept it. What?
Yeah.
A present?
Yeah,
I didn't bring anything for you.
No, it's
I hope we're
this.
giving this to you. Are we going? Well, let me sign it at least.
It's a movie card pack. It's not open since 96.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be edible? If I open it up, I can, it's a what?
It's Independence Day, 96.
Oh, cards. But
Yeah,
maybe there's some
movie
bubble
card.
gum in there.
It's not open since 96.
Should I open it?
You want to do that?
Well, let's do it for
I can film you.
Okay, ready? Are you sure? Unless you think I should, you're not like that 40-year-old virgin character. You don't have a lot of
a little bit
action figures.
I am a little bit like that.
Still in the case.
So
no, I think we should open it up. I think we should see what's in here. It's probably it's crumbled into ashes, whatever it is. I used to have cards, they're baseball cards, and then there were Three Stooges cards, and there were monster cards. I used to have, the Mummy and the Vampire and Dracula and all that stuff. Wait a minute. Okay, look, there you are. Hasn't been opened since 96?
96, yeah.
Well, oh, wait a minute, I don't smell any bubble gum.
Smells 96?
I don't think there's any bubble gum. There's nothing edible. But wait a minute. Oh, there's Big Ben, and there's the big alien. They're about to destroy Big Ben. Oh, wait a minute. There's Mr. Goldblum.
Ah, you're here.
I made the back of this card. It says,
so cool.
So cool. Well, I will cherish that forever.
Voilà, je me suis retrouvé à faire un unboxing de cartes Independence Day avec Jeff Goldblum. Quel plaisir, franchement. D'autant plus qu'à l'heure où je poste cette vidéo sur YouTube, j'ai également posté sur Insta, TikTok et Twitter cet unboxing avec le hashtag Jeff Goldblum. Les hashtags en général, j'en mets jamais, mais dernière info tabsienne, figurez-vous que l'un des passe-temps favoris de Jeff Goldblum est de taper son nom sur les réseaux afin de voir ce qui se dit sur lui avec cet hashtag. Voilà, j'aurais aimé parler de plus de choses avec Jeff Goldblum, j'avais des tas de questions sur Jurassic Park, Independence Day, etc. mais le temps nous manquait, l'heure avec lui est passée extrêmement vite.
Ouais. 5 minutes?
Whatever she says, but I would spend, you're fascinating, I would spend hours with you. I think we should put on pajamas and talk through the night.
Et c'est donc sur ces précieuses paroles, pour moi, de Jeff Goldblum, que se clôt l'épisode d'aujourd'hui. Voilà, si t'as aimé cette vidéo, je t'encourage à la liker, à la partager et à t'abonner à la chaîne si ce n'est pas encore fait. Tu peux aussi me suivre sur Insta, Twitter, Facebook et désormais TikTok, car figurez-vous que je me suis enfin décidé à créer un compte. Donc vous êtes évidemment les bienvenus, j'y raconte là-bas quelques infos inédites. À côté de ça, je serais bien curieux de savoir quel est ton film préféré avec Jeff Goldblum. Parmi mes favoris, j'ai opté pour La Mouche car ce film m'a vraiment énormément marqué quand j'étais petit. Bon, maintenant il est temps de voter et pour le prochain épisode, c'est à vous de me soumettre des propositions. Comme vous l'avez remarqué, il m'est arrivé par le passé de faire des tables sur des personnalités hors ciné, comme par exemple Michael Jordan, Kurt Cobain, Beyoncé ou encore Donald Trump. Donc l'idée, c'est que vous me proposiez des profils comme ça, pas du tout cinéma. Les deux noms qui reviendront le plus seront en duel à la fin du prochain Tabs. Jusque là, portez-vous bien, et je vous dis à bientôt. Bye.
Tales from Jeff Goldblum, Tales from the Click, take one. Okay, I'd like to say to you, people of the camera, people behind the camera, I'd like to say to you something that I will surely mispronounce, but Mr. Jean-Baptiste will correct me. Bon, voilà, good here. Bon is good.
Yeah.
Voilà, there, good there, good.
That's right. You speak French.
I do. Yeah. What does it mean? Good there. Hey, good. Hey there.
Yeah. And it's
hey
a
there?
rendezvous. Yeah.
Bon voilà. Voilà, yeah. Rendezvous, I know what that means. Let's get together, or here's a little get together. Demain, oh, let's get together. Demain, I think that means tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, rendezvous demain à 18
Arrows.
heures. 18 hours. But
That's
18,
good.
how do you say 18? Wait a minute, 18.
Oh, yeah, good.
Hey, I'm not as
You're good. You're
idiotic
good.
as I
Thank
appear
you.
at first
You're
glance.
Good. So thank you very much. Now you can start the interview.
Merci beaucoup. Yes,
Yeah.
let's start immediately.